That is Haberdashers Monmouth School, represented by Becky S. Wilkins. She is the Director of Admissions and Marketing. Parents, feel free to ask your questions. You can drop your questions in the Q&A. You can raise your hand if you would like to answer live, if you'd like to ask your questions live, and we will be more than happy to respond to your questions. So without wasting much of our time, let's get the fair started.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
You have the floor, Becky.
Thank you ever so much. And I think I just need access to be able to share my screen, I think, and then I will bring up a presentation and start. So I don't know if that's possible at your end.
Yes, it's possible. You have access.
Ah, okay. It doesn't want, it says I still need access. Here we go. Hang on, it might be updating now at my end. There we go. Can you see that?
Yes, we can.
Oh, fantastic. Excellent. Well, first of all, thank you for such a wonderful introduction. I always get such an excited feeling joining the Brains and Butter seminars, because everybody's just so positive and vibrant, and it really sets me up for the day. And there was a particularly nice welcome when you said that people are going to meet top management, and I'll take that. I like that description of myself today. But just really to introduce myself and Haberdashers Monmouth, which is actually a little bit of a mouthful. So Habs Monmouth is, or Habs is often what we are called. But for those that haven't met me before, I just wanted to give a very quick intro, because during the event, you are all meeting so many absolutely incredible schools. And some people might think that the schools are all competing. And of course, all schools want to have your son or your daughter with them. However, I think it's fair to say we would also all say that it is very much about the right school for the right child. And of course, that is why you are working with the fantastic consultants at Brains and Butter. So my overview today will, of course, give you an introduction into Habs Monmouth, but a lot about what we all talk about is relevant at all of the schools. But a little bit about me. And first of all, my trademark is pink. I always have to wear pink. It always makes me happy. But I actually live on campus at Haberdashers Monmouth. I'm very lucky. I live above the boathouse. I look over the Wye Valley on one side and the river on the other. I actually live in a place called Bath, which is about an hour and a half away. And my approach is very friendly, very informal, and very honest. So if anybody were ever to say that their son or daughter was really keen on something that actually wasn't a strong area, I would always be very honest with that, because as we know, if the right child goes to the right school, they will be happy. If they're happy, they'll work hard, and then they'll be really, really successful. So I'm here to support you. I get to know the students before they arrive at the school, and then obviously ensure that that continues. So if they've got any problems, I'm part of that support network around them. And of course, I'm surrounded by a wonderful team. Habs Monmouth has got around 400 years worth of history, so it's an incredibly rooted school within the local community. It was at one time a boy and a girls school, and in recent times we have gone co-educational all the way through. We have boarders from the age of 7, and we are actually 2 miles from the border of England. We're just in Wales. So quite often people say, oh, we know lots about sort of where the border is, but what are the differences? And of course, being 2 miles into Wales, very, very little. And I've been here for a while, and the number of people that speak Welsh is actually very few and far between. But children in our prep school will do an introduction to the Welsh language. One of the things that makes us a little bit different is we have have sixth form boarding houses. So some schools will have that vertical model from year 7 upwards or year 9 upwards. So we have our sixth form pupils in different boarding houses, and we also do scholarships at year 7, 9 and 12, and we'll talk about scholarships in a little bit more detail. If this video works, it is a very short video, and this will just show you our area.
We can't see the video. We can't see the video you're sharing. No, we can't.
You can't. Okay, apologies. I'll make sure I put the link in the chat. Thank you for telling me. So our location, as I said, is just off the on the English-Welsh border. A little map there. We're 2 hours away from London. We're near Cardiff, Hereford, Bristol, not too far away. And actually, we are the 5th happiest place to live in the UK. And living here myself, I can see why that is the case. Everybody walks with their head up. Everybody is very friendly and polite to each other. And there's lots of wonderful things that happen in our local community. We are a town centre location. So what that means is the older students are able to go into the town, which is about a 3-minute walk away. We have a Marks and Spencer's, we have a Waitrose, a Cafe Nero, a Costa. So all of the amenities that young adults and older children really enjoy. And there's 10,000 people live in our area of Monmouth, and that picture just gives you an idea. That's where the pupils' boathouse is and where they will do their rowing, and then the school is a 2-minute walk away from where exactly that photograph was taken. There are 4 things that make Habs Monmouth a little bit different, and you will know that all schools specialise in certain things. And the 4 things that we really specialise on and call our pillars are sport and outdoor activities, our music, dance and drama, sustainability linked to our science provision, and also we have a partnership with Jimmy Choo on our design, fashion and textiles. So if anybody is interested in those 4 areas, I would certainly be saying that is where we absolutely shine, and we're certainly worth a look at. The opportunities the pupils get with Jimmy Choo is quite incredible. They will all get to meet him. He does workshops. He's actually working with the students in the school on their projects at least 3 times a year. And then we do some BTEC courses, which again are very popular, and students can do those alongside their A-levels. But we've got a very broad range at GCSE and at A-level. And as I say, those 4 pillars are just the things that we particularly shine at. Boarding is really important. It has to be a big part of the decision making because it is a home from home. If children are happy in boarding, then again, that's half of their settled status sorted, and making sure.
Becky, your slide is not moving, so we haven't seen most of the things you're saying.
Oh no!
Slide since yes.
Well, I'm glad you've told me. Let me stop sharing and I'll try again. But otherwise, I'll put the slide in and I'll continue because I'm just mindful as well as I don't want to make everybody else late with their presentation.
Okay.
Is that working now?
Not yet.
Okay, I will carry on.
Okay, you've started now. Yes, we can see it now.
We can't hear you though, Becky.
You're muted.
And can you still see me?
Yes, we
Can
can.
you see the slide? Okay. So the boarding accommodation, really, really important. And again, although students can't exactly choose which boarding house there is, we will support them through that. So some of our boarding houses have got dogs or cats. Some of the boarding houses suit a quieter student. So again, it's all about getting to know your child before they even start at the school. And just some images, hopefully on these slides that you can see, that really show that nice environment. So to sum up very briefly, why might you want a discussion with me and why might you consider Habs Monmouth? And again, I'm sorry because I do feel you've missed a lot of the magical things, but I know that the team will share it with you. Haberdashers Monmouth has recently had a £25 million investment over the last 2 years. We've got a brand new sixth form centre, we've got a new dining hall, we've got a new sports centre, and the prep school has been completely refurbished over the summer. It is rather incredible that a school has had such a big investment at this moment in time. Scholarships being in year 7, 9 and 12. Our location is absolutely stunning and beautiful. And one of the things which at the moment I think would be amiss not to mention is obviously the cost of boarding, given that our government have insisted that VAT is added to fees. And despite that, I still feel that at Tab Monmouth, we have a very competitive fee structure, although, of course, it is still costly. We do the airport pickup service, so we look after your son or daughter from the moment that they arrive. Most of our children will arrive at Heathrow, Gatwick or Bristol. So for most pupils whose families I'm talking to now will probably arrive at Heathrow. We pick them up, they find us because we have a big sign, and we take them directly to the school. And we don't have any exeat or compulsory rest weekends, which again means that students can stay on campus with the exception of during their main holidays. So if I could say one last thing, it would be absolutely do your research, look at all the wonderful schools, take all the advice and information that the fantastic team at Brains and Butter have, and then start informal discussions. So I'm very happy to do virtual tours, take my selfie stick out, get to know your child, really understand what it is that's important to you. Do they have any pastoral support? What's their ambitions? What did they excel in? What might they find more challenging? And then really give you that honest view as to whether we might be the perfect fit before you take that any further. So back to the team. And again, I'm sorry that the presentation failed this morning.
Thank you very much for that beautiful presentation. That was amazing. Okay, so we have a question here, Odie. The question says, how does Monmouth tailor its academic approach to support different learning styles and abilities?
So there are a couple of different routes. So if one of our pupils is a scholar, so they are on a scholarship, then they will automatically have a scholarship program attached to their main program of study. So any student who is an academic scholar or a sport, music, or whatever their discipline is, they get a whole host of additional opportunities in addition to their timetable. The other thing is in independent schools, there are multiple groups and sets for children of different abilities. So again, we will really understand the starting point of the student when they arrive, and they are tracked and aligned to the route which we feel is right for them. So of course, you might have a student who is in the top group for math, but then maybe in science they need additional support. So it is very tailored. Everything is tailored, but it starts with us doing that initial assessment, initial interview, reading the school reports, having that very honest discussion about if there are any support needs, and then we can hopefully get it right from day one. But there is an ongoing track and feedback system to parents, looking at how students are progressing. But the academic are certainly pushed and have additional opportunities as well.
Okay, thank you. Yes, there's another question. How does your school...
Okay, so I'll just read that out. I think the Silva might be having issues with her network. Can you hear me?
I can.
Good. It's always a pleasure to see you again, Becky.
And you, and I'm really sorry, but I know obviously you'll share far more with families after today.
Definitely, definitely.
Have a good day, everybody.
But just before you go, we have a
Yes,
question from a parent. She says,
lovely.
hi, Becky, how does your school integrate technology and innovation into the curriculum?
It is seamless now. I think in the past there's been an effort made, whereas now it's totally integrated in every way. Students who come to the school will be given a device. They don't need to bring their own device, but everybody is given the same device. We work on pro devices, but it depends on the subject. So anything as simple as you would expect to, if a child is missing any time or they're wanting to do extra research, so many things are internet based, through to the classrooms obviously working on the white screen and that being an interactive lesson, and that also being taught. So whether that's using Teams, Zoom, other activities, whether that's working in class, whether that's work being marked, it's absolutely integrated in every single way now. So if I was asked that question 2 or 3 years ago, I would give a very different answer, whereas now it's the norm. It's the norm that young people are working with what is needed and what's expected, and they're building up their confidence. And actually for young people now, that's how they're getting all of their content and learning. So it really is the norm of how that is integrated within the curriculum.
Amazing. And the good thing is we have you back tomorrow,
You
which is
do.
amazing. So we'd love to hear some more about that and how the children are being taught AI and just innovative dimensions to their learning. So
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. The speed at which things are moving is, as we all know, it's quite concerning. But this is what young people are growing up with, and absolutely, it's the forefront of what's delivered.
indeed. Thank you, Becky.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Just a minute before you go, would you oblige us to just wait behind? We have a panel session.